This is a special episode on those that are our pets that love us unconditionally and being prepared. For those of you that have lost a pet, or those of you that have pets, and learning how to plan for them in case something happens. My husband Carl and I have had pets and dogs and animals, rabbits, birds, all kinds of pets throughout our life. But one in particular comes to mind. It was our first baby, before we actually had children. She was a schnauzer and her name was Gretel. She loved us unconditionally, and Carl and I both loved her. And when she passed, we both grieved, but Carl took it even harder. He had a special bond with her because she would sit in his chair, his rocking chair at night, and watch TV with him. And it took him several months to get over it. And he still has her in his heart to this day. This episode is dedicated to that special bond that everyone has with their four-legged creatures. It could be a two-legged creature. It is such a special bond, and we shouldn't forget them because they've been there for us. We're going to talk about practical steps for grieving and how to move forward. I have so many friends that have lost their baby, their four-legged baby, and it has taken them a long time. So we need to talk about that. It's something that a lot of people actually feel and they have to deal with. We'll also talk about, later in this episode, the well-being of each of our animals that are still alive and how to protect them and make sure that they have a place to go in case something happens to us. So stay tuned, stick with me, and we're going to talk about how we can honor our pets if they passed or for their future, and how we can prepare for their future.
Life doesn't always go as planned, does it? Maybe you're facing a job loss, navigating a divorce, caring for a loved one, or grieving the loss of someone close to you. These moments can feel overwhelming, leaving you wondering, what now? Welcome to Thriving Through Transitions. In this broadcast series, you'll find hope, guidance, and practical advice to help you move forward one step at a time. Each week, Vicki Jern, a compassionate financial advocate, brings you thoughtful insights and actionable strategies to tackle life's challenges head on. From managing financial hurdles to finding balance and building resilience, she's here to help you survive and thrive. So, whether you're amidst a major change or preparing for what's ahead, join us each week to learn from someone who understands and who truly cares. Don't forget to subscribe and follow so you're always ready for whatever life brings your way. Be financially prepared for today and the uncertainties of tomorrow.
Welcome to Thriving Through Transitions, and I'm Vicki Jern, your financial advocate, and I'm so happy you joined me today. We have a special edition that I know that those of you that are pet and animal lovers are going to appreciate. This is a special episode in our grief and finances, and it's entitled Love, Loss, and Leashes. Grieving a pet and making sure they're cared for. Grief from pet loss often feels dismissed, but it shouldn't be. It's very important to many people. You may recognize these different feelings. You have a hole in your heart. When you come home, you don't hear their pitter-patter of their feet. They're not there at the base of your table when you drop something on the floor. They don't hug you or love you. You miss that because that was so important in your daily routines, but also you felt loved unconditionally. This is so hard for so many people, and learning to and trying to move forward is very important, but you can't forget their memory. Let me say that you might think it's silly for your grieving, but no, it's not. You're human. You love them. And when you love somebody unconditionally and they loved you, there's always going to be grief, and you've got to still move forward. So I want to discuss some small, simple steps to honor your pet, whether it be a dog, a cat, a rabbit, whatever your pet is. It's all very important. The first step is for those of you that journal. Write down how you're feeling. That's very important. And it might be that you do that every day for quite a while because the grief is real. Step number 2, you might display a picture or pictures of your pet. I have one of our daughter that she was in our Gretel's dog bed. And it was so funny. It was hilarious. And I still see that, and it reminds me of Gretel. And of course, when my daughter was younger, because she loved to play with Gretel. Step number 3, donate in their honor. For those of you that there's shelters out that you could donate to, that would be a very honorable thing to do. So think about that. Honoring them doesn't have to be grand. It's just heartfelt, and that's okay. I want to remind you, for those of you that are listening today and watching, please subscribe below. And if you know someone who's going through this, because it's real, please let them know about this series, about all of our series, because you never know when this might help them. And that's what I would love to make sure that I'm helping others. Grief can tug at your heart, but it can also tug at your wallet. Unexpected farewells can also bring unexpected vet bills, memorial bills. It can bring things that you hadn't planned for. So keep that in mind. Pause and reflect. You might want to take a moment and think, if I go out and I'm actually shopping for something, a memorial that's going to cost me a lot of money, am I really doing this for my loved pet, or is it for me? Because if it's just for you, they don't know what you're doing. Do something that makes you feel good, but also honors them, and maybe at a lot less cost. A friend recently told me about a loved pet that they had, Jasper, and he unexpectedly got very sick, and then he passed away. So they thought, you know what, I'm going to purchase a memorial for the pet, for Jasper. But they found out it was $2,000. So they sat down and they really thought about it. She thought about it and said, Jasper's not going to know what I'm doing. It's really me. And so she decided, I'm very artsy, so she fixed a jar, a beautiful jar, and painted it, had his name on it, and put his ashes there. And it was still the thought that she did something special and she was honoring that pet. So you might think of doing something like that. Just a thought. Actually, that small act made so much difference in just how she felt. She was doing something to honor her pet, Jasper. Honoring your pet financially means balancing your heart, your head. Compassion in your emotions and wisdom in your choices. That's how taking care of your financial well-being becomes an act of compassion, an act of love. If you're grieving a pet today, my heart goes out to you. Carl and I have gone through the same emotion, even with our grand dogs and grand animals. But I want to talk to you about the furry friends that are still alive and how we can plan for their future. So, I have a question. Is this myth or reality? If something happened to you today, you were in a car accident, and you don't have anybody at home but your furry friend, is it myth or reality? Someone will take care of them. If that's the case, have you talked to them? Have you made plans for them? Don't always assume that someone will take care of your loved friend, your furry friend. I would like to share with you a couple of stories that will make you think about your furry friend and their future. A friend of mine shared with me that a widow in her neighborhood had to go to a memory care facility, and her furry friend, her love of her joy, love of her life, was put in a shelter. They didn't know what to do, and they had to put her, the widow, in a memory care. And that was not planned for her. And she was still to the point where she knew she had a furry friend, and she was devastated because there was no plan for her love, her furry friend. Another couple, when they were driving, they had an accident, and it put both of them in rehab for quite a while. But they had a plan for their furry friend that allowed, they already knew who would take care of them. The person that had taken care of them knew what to do. There was a list, And they also, if they had passed away, there was in their will, it stated who was that was going to happen to that furry friend. So planning differently makes a huge difference. I want to share with you 5 practical planning tips for your furry friend. 1, choose a pet guardian. If something happens to you and you're disabled or you don't make it, make sure that your family and friends know what will happen to your pet. Don't leave it to chance. 2, create a pet care letter. What the heck is a pet care letter? You're probably wondering. Write down or type down how often you feed your pet, what medicines they might be on, what their daily routine is, who their vet is. All of that should be on there. And then if you've got a place where you keep their bones, for some of you that dress your pets, where all of that is too. Because then there's nothing left to chance for someone to wonder about if something happens. 3, include your pet in your estate plan. I don't know about you, but every once in a while I hear of stories about someone who's passed and their pet was left in the estate plan. So much money was left to that pet. They stated who was going to take care of them, or all of that, because then it wasn't left to chance, and that person knew that the one that had been there for them every day was going to be taken care of for the rest of their life. 4, set aside funds. Having an emergency fund for yourself is important, but how about a small fund for your pet, so that if they need to be taken to the vet or you're running out of food, that they can cover that, so that person doesn't have to foot the bill while you're recovering if something happens to you. And 5, talk to people about your wishes. Let your family know. Let your friends know. You could even write a note that's taped to something on your refrigerator, so if someone walked into your house, they would know what to do. If you have vet bills or go to a vet that's expensive but you really want to continue using the vet, you might consider looking into pet insurance. And if you're not sure about that, talk to your vet and see if they know if they offer it. But you can also Google and find out places that offer pet insurance. I know there's pet insurance for horses, cattle. You might check out for animals like dog, cat. And I want to mention also that when I talk about the planning for your pet, this has a lot to do with the planning for yourself that you should do. You should make sure that your wishes are known to your loved ones, also besides your pet's wishes too. So today we've honored your grief, and we've also discussed how to move forward with the pets that you still have and make sure that they're prepared for if something happens to you. It's okay to grieve deeply. It's okay for it to last for quite a while, because you're coming home, or when you're home, you don't have that loved one waiting for you. So it's going to take time. Just like if you lost a loved one, your husband or spouse or your mother or father, it takes time, and that's okay. But don't wallow in your grief. Move forward at your own pace. And I can't say this enough. Your pet is your family. So prepare for them. Make sure that they're going to be taken care of too. They've been there for you. Planning for your pet is just one more way to add love to your legacy. If this special episode touched your heart, please share it with a friend or a loved one. A lot of families have pets, and this is such an important thing. As we are younger and we start having families, usually you start out with a pet and then family, and little younger kids. The pets are very important to still remember, but you started with them. They love you, and they love you unconditionally. I guide people through so many transitions in their life, and loss is one of them. So this is so important. I hope that you enjoyed it, and that you subscribe below. You let your friends know about this, and that maybe in a conversation something will come up and you'll mention it to them. If you have any questions or would like to discuss this with me, I work with so many people that I help with transitions in their life, and having a loved one that is a pet is very important. So call me at 832-698-2010, or you can go online to www.bfinancialpartners.net. That's our website. And don't forget, I'm Vicki Jern, so be financially prepared for today and the uncertainties of tomorrow.